Well, hello everybody. I'm live. It's story time. And also I'm doing my diamond painting. I got a new one because this one's getting on my nerves. It's so dark, it's hard for me to see. So I bought this one. It's like a watercolor deer. Nice and bright. This one's dark. All right, I'm going to wait till a couple people pop on here and then I'll start telling my story. I promise I won't take like 10 hours to get to it. Let me see. Can I even see who's on here? I don't think so. We'll see. Maybe you guys can type something for me so I could see who's here. Story time with Carolyn. All right, Vanessa and Dan. All right, I got people. So Sean and I solved a crime. I forget what night it was. A couple nights ago. Not really date night. We just like take rides in the car at night. Just drive around, chit chat, and that's how we catch up. And hi. So anyhow, we were looking for a place to eat, but everything is closed like late at night. So we're driving around. I'm just going to do this while I talk. So we're driving around. We went up in Drexel Hill. I'll wait for my clock to stop bing banging. I know, I'm keeping you on the edge of your seat, aren't I? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, God. All right, so we're in Drexel Hill, and I'm like looking for places that are open to grab something to eat, and I see that Nifty 50s is open till like 1 o'clock. I'm like, awesome. He's like, all right, I'll do that. I'm like, good, let's go there. So wherever we were, we wound up going down like Shadeland Avenue, and we were headed down. Some of you people don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but anyway, Shadeland Avenue from Drexel Hill down towards Baltimore Pike. And where the Kmart is on your right. So we're at that intersection of Baltimore Pike and Shadeland Avenue. And on the corner, coming this way towards, I guess, Springfield area, there was a car sitting there, and then this tractor trailer without the trailer. So I guess just a tractor? Just a cab. Anyway, the cab decides to make a right turn with the car there. So he kind of just clips the car and like pushes it like into a pole. The front of the car is all smushed. The back of the car is getting like, you know, he just keeps on going. And he's like just making his turn. Didn't miss a beat. And Sean's like, he's not going to stop. And I'm like, what? And he's like, he's not going to stop. I'm like, no way. Because I'm like so naive. And sure as shit, he didn't stop. So Sean makes a U-turn, and then we're following the cab, the guy that got hit, and then us. So we're driving. I'm like, well, maybe he's just looking for a better place to stop, you know, on the side of the road, because it is like a huge truck. So, let me see if I can, oh, hi, Lacey. So anyhow, he makes a right-hand turn, puts his blinker on and everything. So he's following, you know, wasn't speeding. He was following the traffic laws and stuff. So he makes a right. And I'm like, okay, he'll probably pull over here. Well, he doesn't. And he keeps on going. And then went through another stop sign, which he stopped at. And Sean's like, I told you he's not stopping. I'm like, all right, well, I'm calling 911. So I call 911 dispatch. And I told them, you know, we just witnessed a hit and run. And there's a cab, you know, that hit this car. And the truck did not have a tag, so couldn't get that. So we were just following them and telling them where we were. So finally, the car winds up like pulling over to the side. I guess it couldn't go anymore. And so we pull up next to him, and I'm like, I'm on the phone. I don't even think I told him I was on the phone with like 911 or anything. I'm like, I'm on the phone. We saw everything. We're following him because we wanted to get like some sort of marking on the truck that we could report it for him, because there's no way he could have saw it from behind. So we wind up going back out to, I think it's Garrett Road. I guess back to Garrett Road, passed over Lansdowne Avenue where Prendy and Bonner are on your left and the Y is on your right. And we're going down towards like Bywood area, I guess. And then, you know, the road splits into two. So I'm like, get on the side and, you know, we'll get his picture. So Sean like pulls up and I was able to get a picture of the side of his truck. So I did get his, the name of the truck, which I won't tell on here. But if you want to know, just text me or message me and I will tell you what company. And so anyhow, we went back to go see if we could find the guy that pulled over, and we couldn't find him. So I'm like, I don't know. So I wanted to call the police back with the information, so that's what I did. I called back and I said, you know, I was able to get a picture. Can I send it to you? And she's like, we don't have the technology for that. I'm like, well, can I email it to you? No, this is the dispatcher. Okay. But didn't tell me like, oh, well, then when an officer calls you, like you could give them the information. Who else is watching? Hi, Elisa. So anyhow, I got off the phone with them, disappointed, and then Sean's like, all right, we're gonna go get something to eat because now I'm starving. I'm like, all right. So wind up going back down Shaylin Avenue towards Baltimore Pike. We are literally 1 car's length away from the exact spot that we were in. And who makes a right-hand turn from Baltimore Pike is the same cab, the same exact truck without the tag and everything. Unbelievable. And I'm live. I'm telling our crime fighting story. And that was insane. And I'm like, follow him, you know, and Sean's like, no, we're done. So I'm like, okay. So that was it. So then I go into, finally we made it over to, the heck is it called? Nifty 50s, put our order in. I go in to pick it up. And while I'm in there, an officer calls me and asks me, you know, little details and stuff like that. So he gave me an email that I was able to send like the picture too, but I also like looked it up because it was kind of blurry, so I did look up the company and found out who they were and told him everything. And then he says, well, when was the last time you saw the car? And I said, well, that's pretty funny because actually the last time we saw the truck was at the same exact spot where we saw the accident because we were on our way to go eat and then the truck was coming back around again. So at this point, I'm going to say he definitely knew he hit somebody. And you know, well, I think he knew from the beginning, but the cop asked me earlier, like, well, did you think they even realized they hit the car? Yeah. He, like, pretty much dragged it around the corner. So, that was pretty crazy. I thought it was funny. It was fun. It was exhilarating. And then we drove into Upper Darby to see if we could find the company, but we couldn't. It must have been, like, an office or something. I don't know where they parked the trucks. So, that's my story. So if it wasn't for us getting the name off the side of the truck, that poor guy would have just had a hit and run with nobody to blame for it. But now they know who it is because this particular company only has 1 truck and 1 driver. So that should make it nice and easy to find who it is. So that was stupid on his part for not pulling over. Oh, and did I mention the guy did not get hurt? It was a slow thing. Like, it was kind of like crunch, crunch, crunch. But it was still, like, pretty shocking to see. And then even more shocking to see the driver just continue to go. And, of course, Sean called that one. Which, like I said, I didn't think that would happen. Especially when it was, like, so blatant. Like, just right out there. Trying to meet. And nobody else did anything. And I forgot to tell you, when I did call the dispatcher, like, well, I gave all the information to the police, but there's nobody to dispatch out, so thanks for the information. Like, what? Yep. So they don't even give a shit. So that's pretty crappy. But hopefully they caught up with the guy and he gets his car fixed. And I hope he is okay. I think he's okay. But I'm not sure. Well, anyway, oh, hi, Linda. I know. Solving crime. That's my story. It was crazy. But it was also exciting. And that just makes you realize, like, wow, how bored are we? We have nothing else to do. And if you want food, you better get it early because everything's still closed early. Which I don't get. You could still order out. I don't know. But anyway, that's my story. And I'm Hero Henderson's. I know, it's so stupid. We did have a good time though. And then I told Sean, I said, this is the best date ever. And he's like, I hope not. But it was up there. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.